When we talk about workplace safety, most people picture slips, falls, and heavy machines. But there's another danger, one that's silent, invisible, and often ignored. And that danger is poor occupational hygiene, especially exposure to dust, fumes, and chemicals. These hazards don't shout. They don't make noise. They don't always cause pain immediately. Instead, they quietly build up over time, day after day, shift after shift, until one day a worker is battling breathing problems, burning eyes, skin irritation, chronic cough, or worse. Let's start with dust. Dust seems harmless. If you sweep your house, dust flies everywhere. No big deal, right? But workplace dust is different. It includes things like wood dust, metal dust, cement dust, fiberglass, or grain dust. These tiny particles travel deep into the lungs, settling where the body can't easily remove them. Think about bricklayers mixing cement, carpenters sanding wood, or workers handling flour in a bakery. Without protection, every breath brings particles closer to long-term respiratory issues. Some forms of dust, like silica dust, can even lead to fatal lung disease if exposure continues over years. Next, let's talk about fumes. Fumes are created when metals are heated and vaporized, like during welding, soldering, or metal cutting. Anyone who has been around a welder knows that metallic smell in the air. But what many people don't realize is that those fumes contain substances that irritate the lungs, eyes, and throat. Over time, constant exposure can create chronic breathing problems and even damage the nervous system. It's not just welders, painters, mechanics, laboratory workers, and factory employees can all be exposed to harmful fumes that may cause dizziness, headaches, nausea, or confusion. In some cases, they can even affect the brain and long-term memory. And then we have chemicals. Chemicals are everywhere. Cleaning products, adhesives, solvents, acids, paints, lubricants, pesticides. Some workplaces handle them knowingly. Others use them casually without thinking. A cleaner might mix bleach with another product and accidentally create toxic gas. A mechanic might use a chemical without gloves. A factory worker might breathe in vapors all day from poorly ventilated rooms. Exposure may cause skin burns, allergies, eye injuries, or long-term organ damage. Some chemicals are carcinogenic, meaning they increase cancer risk after years of repeated exposure. But the good news is this: these hazards can be controlled. They don't have to harm anyone. Occupational hygiene is about identifying these invisible threats and managing them before they damage lives. So, how do we manage dust, fumes, and chemicals? First, ventilation. Good airflow is the #1 defense. Local exhaust systems, extractor fans, and open windows can make a huge difference in removing contaminants from the air before workers breathe them in. Second, proper housekeeping. Dust shouldn't be allowed to accumulate on floors and shelves. Spills shouldn't be ignored. Chemicals shouldn't be left open or stored carelessly. Third, use of the right PPE. Not all masks are created equal. Some jobs need respirators. Others need chemical-resistant gloves, goggles, or protective clothing. Using the wrong PPE gives a false sense of safety, so workers must be trained on what fits their task. Fourth, substitution. If a job can be done with a less hazardous substance, use it. If a process can be automated or enclosed to reduce exposure, it should be considered. Fifth, training. Workers must understand what they are handling. Safety data sheets should be available and explained in simple language. People need to know what to do if a chemical spills, if fumes become too strong, or if someone collapses from exposure. And finally, reporting and early action. If you notice unusual smells, dust clouds, frequent headaches, or irritation, report it. Many incidents happen because early warnings were ignored. The truth is simple: clean air is not optional. It's a basic right. No job should cost someone their lungs, their skin, or their long-term health. Managing dust, fumes, and chemicals is a shared responsibility. Workers, supervisors, and employers all play a part. When we protect ourselves from these hidden hazards, we're not just following procedures, we're protecting families, futures, and the ability to breathe freely. And nothing is more important than that.